We have a wonderful guest here in our podcast studio, Mohsin Shaikh.
Anything which is closer to CN Tower, the property value keeps on going up. You can always make good appreciation on buying a townhome as compared to condo. One good area would be definitely Milton, which is growing towards Oakville, Burlington area.
From the day where he doesn't know what is real estate and how to sell, today Mohsin and his team, Realty Bulls, have done close to 4 billion worth of transactions and more than 4,000 transactions in total.
Dubai has a lot of opportunity. Dubai is investors' hub now. In 2025, people are visiting Dubai not because of Burj Khalifa. They are visiting Dubai because of so many developments we have done over a period of time. That in 2033, we are planning to build an apartment building which is floating in the air. They are thinking far beyond. They are always out of the box. Number one investor in Dubai right now is India.
And in this podcast, we are going to definitely learn a lot of unique stuff from him. So go and watch it. So warm welcome, Mohsin Shaikh. Mohsin, I have known you from almost maybe like 8 years. That's when I believe I have seen you first.
Pretty long.
I remember you came to one of our events where you sponsored as well. Probably you were doing some baby steps at that time.
Correct.
Yeah, now you have become a pretty big successful real estate agency, Realty Bulls. So can you explain your journey from the beginning, from the time you land in Canada till the time you have reached a stage where you have done 4,000 plus transactions and then close to $2 or $3 billion, worth of net sales?
Of course, God is great, but let me first start with thank you so much for inviting me. It's a great pleasure after we are meeting after such a long time.
Yes.
But thank you so much. It's a very good opportunity to sit down with you, who is very, very successful. I have seen your videos, I have seen your journey, your operations, and how many things are you handling at a time.
Going back to my journey, I would like to go back a little bit. Basically, I am a doctor from India. So I did my Bachelor of Arts and Surgery back in 2005. Then I did Doctorate of Medicine as well in 2008. Then I was in Saudi for almost like 3-4 years as a medical chief, where I had to take care of medical missions for Indian pilgrims, those who go to Saudi every single year from India to perform their religious rituals. Very good, wonderful experience. And I cannot forget that experience anytime in my life. Learned a lot of things, came to Canada in 2012. Situation was totally different, cultural shock. There are so many other shocks on top of that. But I was prepared. My family wanted me to be here in Canada. But in Canada, situation is totally different from international medical graduate, somebody like me. Number of seats are less, lots of struggle. I have seen more opportunities in US, but then at the same time, I like Canada lot better than US.
I think you also have to write MCCE, right?
Exactly. So we had to go through a couple of exams. I was ready to finish those exams, but after finishing those exams, you had to stand in a line where there are already 25,000 qualified medical graduates who are standing in front of you. They're waiting for that turn to get into the system. Every year, on an average, they open up 200 to 300 seats, where there are 1,500 applications. Those who are already successful qualified. So every year, on average, 12 to 1,300 medical graduates, they stand in line. They wait for their number to come in. It may take 10 years, it may take 15 years, it may take 20 years for you to get in the system, and then they may send you to Newfoundland, Labrador to work there for 5 years. So by the time I'm ready to earn, I might be 60, 70 plus. That's where I thought either this way or other way. In India, I had a very good experience in clinical research, and that's where I thought probably I can do something in clinical research. I started applying. I got some good jobs in CIOs, clinical research organizations in GTA. I got one job. I got promoted. I got to a second job. Finally, I was also working at Princess Margaret Cancer Hospital, where I got a couple of research projects. Then I got into Toronto Western General Hospital. I was a project leader for a couple of research projects. I was earning well, finally got settled. And that's where I thought I need to do something different to become very, very successful. Because after coming from Canada, living that 12 years of career, medical career behind, if I come to Canada, I need to do something extraordinary. Otherwise, there is no point of me coming to Canada, leaving everything behind, and doing not something extraordinary.
Yeah, merely doing job doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. So I invested in one small property with 2 or 3 friends, and I made 50,000 at that, and that thing stuck in my mind. I started understanding real estate. I started getting exams. I got a real estate license in 2017.
Okay.
And then I had no idea. I thought, like, I was talking to people, everything was like different. Realtors are making a lot of money, but at the same time, too much competition. You need to compete with 60 to 70,000 licensed real estate agents when you're in the market. So you need to be, again, very, very extraordinary. You cannot be a simple realtor to sell those $1 million homes. Then I was looking for a partner. I got in touch with Sid, fortunately. So that was day one, and We are here since
So from day one, you're foreigner is Sid Sarkar.
day one. So day one, Sid Sarkar. Luckily, I also got some good friends, some good team members. And then we started focusing on different areas. Every single day we used to get ready, go to downtown Toronto, knock on the door at builder's sales office. And at that time, builder, they did not even allow us to go inside the sales center. They were saying, we are open only for platinum agents. And then we thought like, who are the platinum agents? We had no idea. They said, did you sell anything with us? We had no clients. What about sales? And then we understood that, okay, you know what? This is now how it works. We started focusing on the niche areas. We pick up Niagara. At that time, one of my friend from downtown Toronto, when I was renting a property, I was living in Toronto area. He told me, Mohsin, go ahead and sell my property. I said, brother, frankly speaking, I have no experience. I don't know how to sell. I even don't know which documents to prepare. And I'm really not confident whether I can sell it or no. He said, don't worry, Mohsin. Just use it as an experiment. And I was like, are you serious? Are you sure? I may be able to.
That's the time you to get the license.
At that time. So after getting the license, after working with Sid, we were struggling for almost like 1 year. We had no sales. And then we were looking at all different auctions. And then when at that time, I picked up that listings, we were traveling to Welland in Niagara region. I was driving and I was like, why the Welland is not coming? How far is it? And I thought like, I cannot, I cannot even afford the cost of the gas to travel so far for one listing. So those kind of experience. And, finally we cracked the deal. We got some good contacts. We got some supports. At that time, we got in touch with builders in Niagara. We targeted a couple of projects. At that time, starting price for the freehold down was 300,000 Canadian dollars. And then we sold one, we sold second, we sold third. I still remember we sold more than 200 homes in 1 year.
Oh,
And that's the time when a couple of our team members, friends, they started joining us. And then we formed a team. And then later on, we thought like, no, you know what? Now it's time to open up a brokerage. Then we went ahead. And then, of course, the situation is different nowadays. But still, every single day, we are working very, very hard to make sure wherever our client needs any help, any support, anything. The good thing about us, I heard about us from our contacts, from our leads, from our friends. We are accessible 24/7. Doesn't matter you call us at 2 a.m. in the morning. You call us at any time in the day or during the weeks. Even if we are busy, you will receive a response call back within very, very short time. And that's what we wanted to, keep it with us. And successfully, we are doing it till today. I born in 1981. Our life was very, very hard financially in India. I was talking about. So in India also, I struggled. We had no back balances. We had no, educational background. What we used to do is, my dad used to run a tea stop in 1995, 96, 97. We were dependent on the food to put it on the table for that day's earning. If we don't earn that much, then we were not sure whether we'll get the food on the table for the next thing. So I learned so many things throughout my life. But the fortunately good thing is I got so many good friends. They were always with me. Initially, even while studying in MBBS is also very, very hard in India. I studied until 12th grade in Gujarati medium. Now, as soon as you go into the Bachelor of Medicine Surgery, it's a very, very different culture and you need to be very, very fluent in English. And I struggled a lot. I was dependent on so many agencies to give me the scholarship to complete my studies. I got so many loans as well. So I finished my studies successfully. I did work in so many hospitals, got some good earnings. I repaid all the loans, scholarships. So all this journey taught me so many things. And I'm still, holding all those things together. I'm also available to those who need me anytime. Still right now, there are so many patients whom I used to treat almost like 10 years back. They're still calling me. Though I'm not in medical practice. Do you practice in India? I practiced almost like for a couple of years. And I was heavily practicing because I was in dire need of money. So I used to work in so many hospitals, orthopedic hospital, gynecology hospital. I worked a lot.
So in your conversation, you mentioned you made in the first year 200 deals in Niagara region. So Niagara was your first gold mine. So if you tell now in 2025 June, okay, what are the gold mines that you can suggest for the prospective buyers? Maybe you can give me a top 5 list based on your experience, based on your assessment in the market as on today.
So very good question. First year for us in 2017 was very, very struggling. 2018 was also struggling. Few number of deals here and there. 2021 was the time, 2020, 2019. That's where we achieved that number. We have our own investments as well. We have invested in a lot of properties all across Canada. We have also invested in Costa Rica and Dubai. Gold mine wise, right now, if you talk about Canadian market right now is in distress. I'm not in denial. I'm accepting that. But at the same time, it is a gold mine for the buyers. We will not see this kind of situation anytime in next 15, 20, 100 years. So if somebody who is a buyer, this time is a gold mine. Now, if you talk about the areas, Alberta has a lots and lots of opportunity pockets, especially Edmonton. Edmonton, I have deal in. I have sold good number of properties. Edmonton is showing a lot of traction. Very good price point, good opportunities. West Edmonton Mall, the biggest North American mall, is in Edmonton. University of Alberta is in Edmonton. Very good structure, end to end. You can reach from one end to other end of Edmonton within half an hour. Edmonton is a gold mine.
Number one is Edmonton, Alberta.
Number two, definitely Niagara. Niagara has so much development coming in down the line. In next couple of years, you will see a huge difference. And Niagara still, the price point is affordable.
Still, there are lands in Niagara where new properties can come in.
Of course, Violet, Fonthill, Thor, these are all very, very good areas. Very good, very well connected to Highway 406, QW, almost 15, 20 minutes to Niagara Falls, a lot of opportunities. So Niagara, the whole region is a very, very gold mine. Other areas, I would say, KWC, of course, has a lot of potential. So number three, I would definitely put Cambridge, Kitchener, Waterloo in, especially Cambridge. If you talk about this region, Cambridge is growing very, very fast, very well accessible, very close to Milton, Mississauga, very well connected.
Are you including Guelph as well?
I'm including Guelph, but Cambridge, I'm putting more pressure in terms of gold mine situation. So Cambridge definitely is a very, very good option. If you see the rental numbers, rental vacancy, occupancy, very good option. After that, London, Ontario is a very good option where you can park your money and you will see some appreciation. Last, but not the least, of course, Windsor. All these areas I'm talking about in terms of the price point.
I know GTA is the most active marketplace for real estate.
For sure.
What are your top five from your perspective?
If we talk about GTA, GTA is always the hot hub for investment. If you talk about immigration, if you talk about immigration numbers, and if you talk about the developments and everything, number of people who are moving to Ontario, out of them almost like more than 60-70% people, they always try to stay connected to GTA. They want to move into GTA.
Yeah,
So
everyone
GTA,
lands in GTA.
everyone lands in GTA, and then they look at other options. But GTA is the hot favorite, anytime and always. It will remain. GTA is lot of opportunities, a lot of different areas. If you ask me, frankly speaking, uh, anything which is closer to CN Tower, the property value keeps on going up. If you go far from CN Tower, your property prices will be little down. You'll be in a reasonable price pocket value. Milton.
So is downtown Toronto the top one?
Downtown Toronto, currently the situation is different. And why I'm saying Milton, because there is a significant difference when you compare high rise with low rise. When you buy a condo, on the other side, when you buy a townhome, you can always make good appreciation on buying a townhome as compared to condo. And that's a fact, very hard to deny. And I have experimented it many times. Of course, if you buy condo in Toronto, yes, you can get a good appreciation. Right now, there are lots and lots of good opportunities because of the current situation. But my hot favorite is always a townhome.
No.
Not even a detached home. When you are an investor, you look at the number and you want to get the maximum ROI. My hot favorite is freehold townhome, 2-story. That's where you get maximum ROI. So one good area would be definitely Milton, which is growing towards Oakville, Burlington area. So Oakville, Burlington is also a very good, nice neighborhood to invest in. Talking about 2-story freehold townhome, not talking about detached.
Tell me the area, top five areas.
Of course, Milton.
Milton is
second,
number
I would
one.
say Burlington. Very good option. Third, I would say Caledon. Fourth, I would say towards Toronto East. Toronto East, so many times we ignore Toronto East area. But East is growing fast, and I have seen lots and lots of appreciation in terms of the pricing. If you look at the Pickering area, gold mine. Pickering, down the line, if you have something in Pickering, it will give you a very good return. After Pickering, if you look at the Whitby and Oshawa area, good options.
Okay.
So these are the top five areas: Milton, Burlington, then I would say definitely Caledon area, then going towards east, Pickering, hot gold mine, and then Whitby.
Okay, that's great. See, this list, I'm a bit surprised because when I talk to so many people, they tell me a completely different list. No wonder why you are quite successful. Probably you think in a different way, right? So if I were to ask you, like when people say I am successful, I have also been watching your success from almost like 80 years, and I can 200% confidently say that you have been in whatever realtor network I have, you have been the best. Now, from the perspective of growth, I have never dealt with you guys earlier, but I have been watching your videos and everything. but the way you have been growing. So I thought it's a very good success story for GTA
Always
Realtors.
grateful.
So tell me, like, what differentiates you from other realtors? Why should anyone buy from Realty Bulls?
Frankly speaking, whenever you ask about my own quality, I would be totally biased. I won't be able to, justify what I say. But my success, to cut it short, my main thing is to keep it very, very transparent and very, very open communication with the client.
Mhm.
What happens is, if I'm a buyer, I want to buy something, and that's the moment I'll look at my comfort.
Mhm.
When I am talking to a client, I need to put myself into their shoes. I cannot look at my situation and keep on providing different options. I have to be in their own shoes to understand and then look at their own situation. So my first and foremost thing is to understand your client first in detail. You need to know their priorities, you need to know their future goals, you need to know their past. That's the time you can exactly show them good options.
So is
First thing.
transparency the first one, or understanding the
I
client?
think I would say both together.
Both together.
Transparency, but at the same time, you need to understand your client very well.
Okay.
Now, transparency, why? Transparency, why? Because after doing a lot of struggles, when they come to Canada, they settle themselves, they do a lot of struggles, they meet so many people. Nobody is stupid. They understand very well what you're trying to tell them. So being honest, being transparent with the situation, that will definitely build a big trust, and trust is the only thing clients will go ahead and buy with you. So building trust, it takes a lot of effort, but being transparent, you can build that trust and showing them the true picture and good options. So that's one first and foremost thing. Second important thing is dedication. You, as a realtor, you cannot feel that, okay, if I'm meeting my client at 9 p.m., why 9 p.m.? That's my time to go back, or that's my time to be at home. No, do real estate because you love it.
Mhm.
Don't do it if you feel pressure that, okay, no, this is my time. This is not the time when client is available, or I cannot go out and meet my client. No, when you talk to me, doesn't matter what time of the day. My first priority is real estate, and I'm doing it not because I'm pressured. I'm doing it because I want to do it and I love to do that.
So real estate should not be a or a hobby or a part-time thing, but you should do it with dedication.
100%. Just to give you a very quick example, if you don't do it with passion, if you don't have the enough knowledge, uh, people in Canada, I have seen stories where people, they sue telephonic companies because they got $100 or $200 more bills. They just literally sue them. So if you have to sell $1 million home, imagine what kind of dedication you need, what kind of dedication you need towards your profession,
Mhm.
knowledge you need to sell that product. So completely you have to dedicate yourself to this profession. That's where you don't feel pressure. That's where you start getting trust from the people and start selling and build your own
Yeah.
fortune.
Yeah, I also have the, like, when any realtor comes to me, the very first question I ask is, are you doing this real estate full time or part time?
Yeah.
The minute he says part time, I say, when you do full time, let's talk.
True, that
As of
makes
now,
sense.
let's not, because it's a big red flag for me.
Big red flag.
If a person doesn't trust his own, thing, that he
Exactly.
can't come full time,
True.
why as a customer I should trust him?
True.
Right?
And frankly speaking, real estate is very, very tough.
Hmm.
From far, we may think that, oh, realtors are making too much money. Just get the license. Very easy to get a license. Just get it and go ahead and start selling. As I told you, for $200 bill difference, people they sue the telephony
Hmm.
company. Imagine if you have to sell $1 million, what kind of level you need it
Yeah.
to understand the product. So understanding the project, every single day you have to open that book. Every single day you have to visit the site. You have to go through those numbers. You so many times. So whatever projects, whatever builders we are working with, I have most of the investment with those builders.
Mhm.
I believe in that product. I bought those products myself, and that's how I can pitch in the right product to my clients.
Yeah, Mohsin, I have an interesting question for you.
Mhm.
Like in real estate, like, to my knowledge, if I segregate, pre-construction properties, resale properties, luxury properties, commercial properties. In all these four, there might be fifth one as well, but in all these four, where exactly does Realty Bulls focus more on?
So Realty Bulls, name of the game. I would say almost 80 to 90% of our business comes from pre-construction. Of course, we do
Wow.
resale, commercial, but from day one. Uh, Remember, I told you the story where every single day we get up, we get ready, we go downtown, we knock on the door of the builder's
Right.
office, and they said, "Who are you? This is only for platinum agents."
Hmm.
That's where we started a good traction towards selling brand new pre-construction properties,
Hmm.
and that's how we understood the situation and started. When we used to, every single day we used to do this, we did it for more than 6 months.
Hmm.
We go back in the evening at home, and our wife's like, oh, you were ready, and looks like today you're going to get some deals done.
Hmm.
What did you do today? How many homes you sold? And then we
Nothing.
were like, for 6 months. That was also a big pressure. But on the other side, pre-construction, we like to do pre-construction. We we have invested ourselves into pre-construction. We have some good properties. We sold some good options as well. And right now also we are holding on to a couple of pre-construction properties. So in pre-construction, we have lots and lots of flexibility in terms of investment. We can see our numbers growing, numbers growing fast. We have that opportunity. We can leverage ourselves to buy multiple properties at the same time in pre-construction. In resale, situation is totally different.
So 80% of your transactions are pre-construction and the rest 20. So have you not touched the luxury segment and the commercial segment yet?
Frankly speaking, we did one or two transactions, not one or two, but good number of transactions in commercial. We did luxury properties transactions as well. But what we love, what we like to do, where we are 100% ready and with passion we are working towards, is pre-construction.
Yeah, but I also heard the commission in pre-construction is pretty less.
Frankly speaking,
Some builders give only 1%, some builders give 2%.
Initially when we started working towards pre-construction, we were looking at those numbers. But after 1 or 2 years, when we literally were into it, right now we are literally not looking at those numbers at all.
So and that is scale.
That is not our priority at all. Okay. We are doing pre-construction because it's that sound coming from inside your heart. Okay. You want to do it, you love to do it, and you have seen your investment. Whenever we buy any property, commission is not the priority. Our priority is our clients, how much return he can get it down the line. If he's putting 400,000 down towards buying some property, what would be the number down the line in the next 2 years? If he want to get out of the property, if you want to sell it, how much return he can get it? 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. That's our priority. Because selling one property that can never be our goal. When we sell a property, we don't look at that one transaction. We look at 10 more transactions from that transaction. Referral business is the business. And if I don't provide a good service or good product to my client, I don't lose one client. I lose 10 more clients behind that particular client. So our goal is never one client. And whenever we did that, we always got good referrals. We sold multiple properties. We still today as well, we have good number of repeated investors for buying one property, two property, three property, and they send their referrals, their family members, their friends to us.
So what is your referral, repeat customer base percentage?
Percentage is it's very hard to provide the number in percentage, but frankly speaking, we have, I would say, more than 30% clientele who are repeatedly buying with us.
But don't you have your own data analyst tools wherein you analyze, because you guys are growing, right? If you guys are growing, you need to have very strong IT systems in place.
I think that's a very good suggestion. We are introducing AI, and then we started using AI help in most of our day-to-day activities. But yes, I need to focus more on introducing more of the IT software and technologies to scale up our business.
Mohsin, the very first time when we met, it was to do the sponsorship for one of the picnics that we have conducted in Mississauga Valley Boulevard, right?
Yeah, correct.
So I have seen realtors sponsoring for some cultural events, community events. They put up some stalls, and some people put up some hoardings at bus stops, billboards. There are several marketing things that realtors whatnot, like everything that can gain the attention, they do it.
Right.
But what marketing methods have got you more success? So there's conventional or unconventional?
So very good question. And there are different areas of real estate, as you said, pre-construction, resale, commercial. Now, marketing strategies for different sector is totally different. If you are in resale, it all depends on what kind of rapport you have established with your client, how deep you know your client, how many conversations you had, how many meetings you had. In pre-construction, it's little fast-paced, very fast-paced. You sell one project, you move on to second project. You sell to one client, you move on to the second client. Of course, we try to build trust. We do multiple meetings, but it's very fast in pre-construction because you don't sell one or two homes at a time. We sell units in bulk. We sell multiple condos. So when market was high, during weekends, during weekdays, every single day we were on top of our clients.
So do you do this selling in a B2C way or a B2B way?
So we always do it B2C. But we generate all those online leads and then we mature them. We talk to all those leads. We call them to our offices. We meet them at the builder sales offices. We explain them the project. So it's a different game when it comes to pre-construction. Majority of the dependency is on online lead conversion coming out from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. These are all online leads which we mature over a period of time. On resale side, it all depends on doormat. It all depends on your personal connections. So it's a different game.
But what worked great for you?
Online lead generation.
Online lead
Online
generation.
lead generation.
Yeah, I haven't seen. Some realtors approached me. I was suggesting them, run the ad in Facebook and Instagram. You will see the difference, and they all have seen the difference.
Correct. The only problem with the online lead generation is you have to put in a lot of money upfront.
Right.
So the amount of budget is very, very high. And at the end of the day, you don't know whether you convert or you don't convert. You do so it's all on stake. So you have to put a lot of money upfront, and then later on it all depends on your effort, your knowledge of the product, your success.
And what was, because you mentioned paid campaigns in social media? What was your per lead cost, and what was your conversion rate from those leads? Just for the sake, because this is the first time.
Yeah. So good question on that line. Now, for me personally, it all depends on what project are you selling, which area are you selling. If you sell a project which is high-rise pre-construction condo in GT area, on an average lead cost. Now again, if the market is hot or if the market is not hot, again that will also affect the lead cost. So if you are dependent on Facebook, and if you are looking at a high-rise pre-construction condo selling in GTA, in high market, the average cost could be somewhere around like $10 a lead. If you get it below $5 a lead, great. But then at the same time, you'll have to depend on the quality of the lead. Google gives you more quality lead than Facebook and Instagram. So same situation now, same thing. If the market is low, then the lead cost price could be double. Sometimes $15, sometimes $20. When the market was hot, now I told you about high rise. If you go for the low rise, if I am selling a project in KWC in London area, in a hot market, my lead cost can be around like $3, under $5. But same thing for the low market could be $10. So high rise lead cost is different. In hot market, it's different. In different location, it's different. So it all depends. When the market is hot, on average, our conversion ratio, realistically, I'm taking
lead
a very,
to
very
deal conversion
correct,
ratio. Okay.
very, very conservative number, 1%.
Okay.
1%, which is very low. I'm giving a benefit of doubt to some leads where the fake numbers are there, some leads which are really not interested, they were just scrolling. So looking at all those numbers, 1% in a high market. I'm talking about high market. If the market is low, the conversion ratio is 0.5%.
Those are pretty small numbers, because I generally dealt with social media marketing.
Now,
with
if you
10%
go for
conversion.
resale, the conversion is totally different.
Okay.
If you go for pre-construction, 1%, 0.5%. But if you go on a resale side, it could be 10%, 15%, 20%. Right now, I'm selling Dubai properties where the lead conversion ratio is very, very high. It's more than 10%.
So tell me, how did this expanding to Dubai market happen? Is there any story?
There was also
Or is it by accident?
I would say not by accident, but what happened is couple of our clients, they literally called us and they said, market situation has been changed in Canada. Why are you guys not selling Dubai? And we said, Dubai, uh, I mean, we are not interested at the moment. We want to focus on Canadian market, and that's our heart. They said, Dubai market has a lot of opportunities. Our clients were telling us, though I have been to Dubai in the past so many times and I have seen lots of growth, but then we were not motivated to work in Dubai. Our clients, one client, second client, third client, 10 clients, and that's where I had to visit Dubai, especially on a business trip, where I spent a couple of days. I studied everything on my own. I rented a car. We were a couple of friends. We went to different builder offices. We have seen the construction. We went to Ras Al Khaimah area. We went to Abu Dhabi area. We've been to Business Bay, Marina, all these areas, and we looked at the construction, the way the construction is going on. We sat down with director of Damak, director of the new properties, and Shobha, and then we got a lot of learning lessons from them, a lot of trainings we got. Our team also got trained on that. After that, we saw lots and lots of potential, and then those clients, they were ready, they were waiting for us to get into the game, and that's how we started.
So what was the business name in Dubai?
So same, Bulls Realty. It's same in Dubai. It's same in Canada.
Okay.
Right now, at this moment, we are starting with the name of Dubai Bulls.
Okay. Yeah, I think I was spelling your company name wrong. It's Bulls Realty, right?
Bulls Realty.
Okay, I was talking Realty Bulls.
No, you're right, actually.
Oh, is it?
The Realty Bulls, that's the name.
Okay.
But for Dubai, we put the Bulls behind the.
Okay, then I'm right in
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay. So have you been established there, or you're just in the initial stages?
So since last 1.5 years, we started working in Dubai. We got some deals. We got a very good connection with most of the builders, and we have very good support. I started investing myself into Dubai as well. I booked a couple of properties, and now my clients, they started doing some deals. There are a lot of inquiries. What happened is I normally try to visit Dubai every 3-4 months, and I take my clients also along with me, where I can, when I show them different properties, different sites. Dubai has a lot of opportunities. Even I was amazed to say this much, development, this much growth. If you see the history of Dubai, 50 years back and after 50 years, we cannot even compare. Yeah, what Dubai has done so far. Dubai was supposed to be a Muslim country in the past. The government of Dubai, the king, he has completely changed the Dubai. Dubai is investors' hub now. Yeah. Dubai used to depend on oil before 2003. Right now, Dubai is completely dependent on tourism. So Dubai is all about, they are no more dependent on oil. King is saying right now, in 2025, people are visiting Dubai not because of Burj Khalifa. They are visiting Dubai because of so many developments we have done over a period of time. Burj Khalifa, monumental thing in the whole world. Everybody knows about Burj Khalifa. We used to visit Dubai because of Burj Khalifa. Situation is completely changed now. They are saying in next 15 years, when you come to Dubai, you will not come to Dubai for the things for what you are coming now. So you will see a huge difference. They are saying in 2010, when we introduced the design of the Burj Khalifa, half of the world, they were laughing at us. They were saying, "How is that possible? This much big building, there are lots of complications. How would you build it?" They said,
And
"It's there
on a desert.
In this situation." Yeah. They're saying right now we have introduced those designs for the next 10 to 15 years. If we open it up in front of the globe, they will again start laughing at us. But you come back to us, they are saying right now that in 2033 we are planning to build a building, an apartment building which is floating in the air. And
Yeah, I
what the
heard
hell are you
that
talking
news. I
about?
thought it's a prank, but it seems like it's real.
So development wise, they are thinking far beyond. They are always out of the box. And King of Dubai, he is completely open for all kind of developments. Europeans are investing a lot. Russians are investing. Number one investor in Dubai right now is Indians. Lots of
In
benefits.
fact, the cost of an apartment or a property in Dubai is cheaper than what we get in Hyderabad.
Exactly. That's a very good point.
Yeah. A
That's a very
villa
good
in
point.
Hyderabad costs you around 8 crores Indian rupees.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
And you can get property with much ROI.
ROI is the main thing in Dubai.
Yeah.
And people, of course, in 2008, market was totally different in Dubai. But in 2010, government of Dubai, they introduced RERA and DLD. These are the two government laws under which everything is so much regulated. There are zero chances of fraud, zero scam. Yeah. If you talk about real estate. So everything is under direct control and observation of government of Dubai. Yeah. Trust account is being held by government of Dubai. In Canada, if you have to do any transaction in real estate, you need a real estate lawyer. Yeah. In Dubai, there are no real estate lawyer. The real estate lawyer in Dubai is government of Dubai. That's where you are 100% protected.
Yeah, true. If there is one place in the world which I like most after India, it is Dubai.
Dubai,
not US, not Canada, but it's
very,
Dubai.
very strategic location. Best of the best and best of the East. 6 hours in any direction. Yeah. You can go anywhere.
Yeah, that's a strategic location.
Very strategic location.
So you mentioned, much of your business is in pre-construction. So which means that Uber driver job with a typical realtor, will it reduce or I mean, because you don't need to go and show that there won't be anything to show in fact. Yeah. So that actually saves a lot of money and time for you, so that you can focus on the project. But do you still go for showings yourself, or do you send it to the team?
So you know what? Whenever there are showings or whenever I have any appointments at the builder's office, I always prefer to be there.
Okay.
As I said, when you're selling properties worth hundred thousands of dollars and $1 million, you need that connection. Yeah. You need to put in that time. Doesn't matter what time of the day. Doesn't matter about your own. You have to be dedicated. So my number one priority is real estate. Okay. Whenever it comes to any appointment, I always prefer to go there. If there are multiple appointments in the day, doesn't matter how occupied I am. My number one priority is to be there with the client as and when they need it. Okay. Of course, sometimes there are situations. So when Sid is there, I ask Sid to take care of it. When Sid is not there, I take care of it. So that vice versa. We also have a very good team, but I always prefer to be there myself when I'm talking to the client.
So tell me, like when I talk to realtors in a lot of community events or in any gathering, they always tell horror stories. Oh, this guy made me show all 50, 60 properties and he bought it from another agent. Okay. So I would like to ask you, tell me one very exciting buying or selling story of your customer and a horrible story as well.
I'll tell you about the horror story, but that's a very, very different horror story. And one horror story which I experienced myself, it's not real horror story, but it was a very different, unique experience. And then I'll tell you one more story, which is really a horror story, which did not happen to me, but one of my senior colleague, and he narrated the whole incident. So I'll tell you about both the things. So something which happened with me when we initially started working in real estate, I was into resale as well. Whenever I had any queries, I used to take the client, show them the house. I had a couple with one son, and we were there on a visit where we were looking at the house, and it was little old property. And I booked the showing. I got the timing appointment. I had the couple with me with their son, and I was talking to them, and I was explaining about the properties and everything. We opened the property. I opened the lockbox. I opened the property. We went inside. We were looking at the main floor. We looked at the living dining area. Then whenever you go to the property, you always show them everything. So I before we went to the property, I had the pictures, so I understood that these many bedrooms are there and everything. We went upstairs. It was little old property. What happened is we were looking at the property. We went upstairs. When you go to upstairs, you look at the bedrooms and everything. And what I do whenever I go with the client, I open all the cupboards and everything on my own first, and then show them, like, if there are any issues or something, we spot it before before we go further. I opened the closet in the master bedroom, and to my shock and surprise, and I don't know what did I do after that. There was a guy, a homeless guy, standing right in the closet.
Oh my God.
And initially, I was in a situation to literally run. My client was left. They left that floor immediately, and I was like, I had no idea what to do. So technically, that guy was in a very very bad situation, and he was homeless and he was staying there. I left the house immediately. I informed the agent, and they also had no idea. So somehow that lockbox code got stolen or something, and then somebody was staying in the house. That was very very unique. I never expected, and it was all of a sudden, and I was completely, in a different state of shock. So there was one small incident. We luckily handled it properly, and then everything was taken care later. Second incident, and that was a real horrible story, but that did not happen to me, luckily. So I was like, Sid and me, we were talking to our senior colleague, and our senior colleague was very very senior, and he had a lot of experience. Right now he's not, he's no more, but we learned a lot from that guy. He was like a father figure to me, and he always, hey, Mohsin, do this thing. These are the correct practice. Take care of this. Take care of this. You will always do good number of deals. So he was narrating the story, and he was saying that, I was on a showing. The guy was saying that, hey, the senior colleague, I was showing property to one of the guy, where there were instructions before. When you go to show a property, you always get an instruction as an agent that, okay, do this. If there is any dog, take care of this, or close the door, turn off the lights when you're done. So there was an instruction that, if you find an owner of the property in the house, try to avoid talking to them. He was like, yeah, that's okay, not a big deal or something. Even there was a normal, that's a normal routine. Whenever there is an owner, we try not to talk, or our clients not to talk. Normally, we don't have the owners sitting inside the house whenever there are any showings going on. But there was a unique situation. He took that client inside. They were looking at the house, and they were looking at the kitchen area. So they looked at the kitchen and everything. The owner of the property was sitting on the sofa, and he was literally observing everything. So my senior colleague, he took the client. He did not talk, and he was saying, hello, that's it. And there were no response from the client, which is fine. He went to the backyard. He looked at the deck and the backyard and everything. He came back with the client, and then they were looking at the kitchen. Now, when they went to kitchen, they open up all the appliances. They were opening the dishwasher just to make sure that things are working properly. As soon as the senior colleague touched the fridge, uh, the guy who was sitting on the sofa, he said, "Do not open the fridge." So there was one just quick sentence, and he was in an angry mood or something like that. And he felt that senior colleague felt very weird, but then he said, "That's okay, no problem." He left it. He went upstairs, looked at the bedrooms and everything, went to the basement. He finished the showing, and he went back to his office. 15 minutes later, at least 10 to 15 police cruiser, they cordoned the whole brokerage, real estate brokerage where he was sitting.
Okay.
And then he immediately rushed inside the office, and they started inquiring. This guy was like, what happened? I mean, he was completely shocked. What's going on? And he had no idea, and nobody was mentioning anything. They were literally like, where are you? What are you doing? They sat down on the table, and they kept on asking one question, second question, where were you? What did you do? Where was the client? Where is the client? How many houses you saw? What happened inside? Did you see anything unusual? And they said, was there any person inside? They said, yeah, owner was sitting. Anything? He said, yeah, we were trying to open the fridge, and the guy said, don't open. So after half an hour of question and answer, the police informed that the guy he murdered his wife. He
Mhm.
choked it into pieces, and that was inside the fridge.
Oh.
And I was like, seriously? I mean, is it possible? And the guy was literally shaking
Mhm.
when he literally listened to the whole thing. Even when he narrated the whole
So they
story.
might have investigated the prospects, right?
Exactly. So it
The
was a full
customers.
long investigation,
Mhm.
but it was one of a kind horrible story, I would say.
Okay.
It never happened to me, fortunately. But when you are in real estate, you need to be aware of so many of the stories.
Yeah.
We recently had some incident in Markham where a real estate agent got abducted and then
Mhm.
later on got murdered.
Right.
So being into real estate, it attracts so many plus and minus things.
Nice.
You need to be very, very careful. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your clients. A lot of learning every single day.